Welcome to a special Haunted Hangover Minisode. I'm Louie, and happy Halloween. So, back in September when we covered The Haunted Mask, Goosebumps The Haunted Mask, we talked about a mysterious sandwich. I will insert a brief clip here. So around the 8-minute mark, there is a random little girl extra dressed up as like a clown or a Raggedy Ann or something. And she's sitting at, this is like during the worm scene, the lunch scene. Mm-hmm. She's sitting at a table and she pulls out this weird sandwich. One side is like normal or orange. I was trying to figure out. And the other side is black or brown, like chocolate. And she bites into it and she looks so happy. What the hell is that thing? We didn't really quite know what to make of this mysterious sandwich. And I promised that before Halloween would come, I'd attempt to make this mysterious sandwich for myself and see if I can recreate how delicious it looked. And maybe the girl in the video, I will be just as elated as she was biting into this sandwich. Now, I'm no culinary expert, not much of a cook if I'm being honest, surface level only. But I attempted to make said sandwich, said mysterious sandwich. Now, I'll be inserting some clips here for you guys, for the viewers, the people that are watching this on the YouTube channel. If you're just listening to this, I will do my best to describe it. In this context, video is obviously better, but again, I'll do my best to articulate what I did. Now, as discussed in the episode, we weren't sure if it was just one side was normal bread and the other side was pumpernickel. Myself and I think Chris, or myself and Sam maybe, were leaning more towards one side was chocolate and the other side was either a normal piece of bread or a piece of bread dyed orange. One thing's for sure, we knew one side was darker than the other side. So what happens? I go, okay, I'm going to stick with the chocolate side of the bread situation in this sandwich and make one side completely covered in melted chocolate and then leave the other side plain and try to make it orange. So it's the colors of Halloween, black and orange. Now, I've never done the whole strawberries dipped in chocolate thing. I've never dabbled with melting chocolate. So this is my first time messing around with this stuff. And boy, is it hard. So I bought, I believe it's pronounced Canby chocolate. And my plan was to melt it down, smear it on one of the breads, and let it sit maybe overnight, which in this case I did let it sit in the fridge overnight. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it fresh, but I said, you know what, let's be safe, put it in the fridge so it's fully hardened around the bread. Now I did toast the bread, both slices, before creating the mysterious sandwich, because I figured if I was using a floppity-doppity piece of bread, it would be impossible for me to cover that thing in chocolate. So I said, okay, toast it, nice and stiff, cover that bad boy up, let it cool. I quickly learned the pan I was using, which was like a stainless steel pan, it started to burn. So I was like, oh shit, this doesn't look right. Turn the heat off. I said, okay, it's hot enough. It'll keep the chocolate melted, and I have enough kind of time before it hardens to smear it on the bread. And that's what I did. Took my toasted bread. I'm using, funny enough, a healthy option, the David's bread. Sorry, I'm getting my bread names confused. David's bread. That's what I normally buy at home. I found out quite quickly that it was not the most appetizing visual putting this brown, mushy substance on a piece of bread. Delicious is not the word I would use when describing me putting this crud all over the bread. All right. Regardless, I got it covered, put it in the fridge. Today, day before Halloween, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get some food coloring, create the color orange, and put that on the other bread. Now, while mixing yellow and red to create orange, I don't know if I did the wrong measurements. It looked like blood. I continued to put more yellow. It was not turning a shade of orange, but a more crimson-like red, which is not what I was going for. I said, okay, maybe if I start spreading it on the bread, it'll look more orange. Nope. It looked like I was putting fake blood on the bread, which I guess for Halloween would make sense, but wasn't the goal in an orange and black or orange and brown, I guess, sandwich. That wasn't what I was aiming for. I wanted it to be like a nice, solid orange. I had a feeling I was going to fail with the food coloring because I, too, have never used food coloring for anything except for dyeing Easter eggs when I was a kid. And I even remember when we were recording Goosebumps The Haunted Mask over the summer for the Halloween season, we were contemplating if the other side was actually orange or just normal bread. So this is all up in the air because we don't know what this sandwich is hence why it's the mystery sandwich. We have no clue what is inside or what was used to make the sandwich. So I gave up after trying to paint the bread. Was not orange, just looked nasty. I stopped. Now, for this sandwich, because I'm using chocolate on one side, I thought, all right, let's make this a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because that will work with the chocolate. Think Nutella, etc. I feel like peanut butter, jelly, and a chocolate of some kind, that kind of melds well. And in the end, this is what I've got. And I've got some better photos here. I just wrapped it up because if I remember correctly, in the episode, in the Haunted Mask, she's got the sandwich wrapped up in like, it's not a napkin. I think it's parchment paper. But I did my best, guys. Now, the chocolate, when it solidified and cooled, was not as smooth as I would have liked. But and there goes my my attempt at making it orange. It just looks like blotchy blood or something. So this is not the most picturesque sandwich. It doesn't look as wonderful as it did in the episode. I'm going to take it out of the wrapper so you guys can get a better view of it if you're watching this. See? There's the chocolate side. There's the regular side. You get what I was going for. It's really lumpy. It's not smooth. Let's give it a taste. Here's Louie's Goosebumps The Haunted Mask Mysterious Sandwich Attempt Taste Test. Happy Halloween, guys. I promised I'd try to do this. And honestly, it was an attempt. You got to fail a couple times before you do it right. Maybe this will come back again in the future. Cheers. Let's see it. Capping off the spooky season right by trying to eat this mysterious sandwich. I'm hoping it's delicious. It's literally just chocolate, bread, peanut butter, jelly. And I don't think this food dye will taste like anything. So, bottoms up. Here we go. Very chocolatey. I will say, Canby's chocolate, this is really good stuff. It's not cheap tasting. Never heard of them. But it just tastes like really good chocolate. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of sweetness. Peanut butter, jelly, chocolate. A little dense. A little hard to get through that chocolatey coating on one side of the bread. But yeah, not bad. Not something I would eat normally, but definitely tasty. I can't believe I tried to make this sandwich and failed tremendously. So that was my epic fail and attempt at trying to recreate the mysterious sandwich from Goosebumps, The Haunted Mask. I know the Halloween season's coming to an end. We're all bummed. Holidays around the corner. You know how we keep it here. It's spooky all year round. This is just the beginning. We got plenty planned for the holidays into 2026. Halloween season next year will be here in no time. Maybe I will try to do this again. Probably not. Be sure to subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Blue Sky, all that good stuff at Haunted Hangover. Head over to hauntedhangover.com where you can find links to everything, including our Patreon page where you can gain early access to episodes and bonus content. Rate and review us. That'd be greatly appreciated. And as always, remember, the best cure for a hangover is a half chocolate, regular peanut butter sandwich that we can't identify from an old 90s horror anthology kids show, or more booze. Catch you guys later. Happy Halloween.